Welcome to the Mom Room. This is the last solo episode that I will be recording in this location because I'm recording this on Monday. We move on Friday. The movers come Wednesday morning, so we hired people to pack all of our stuff. So they start packing Wednesday morning. They'll pack on the 6th as well, so Wednesday, Thursday, and then they will drive our stuff over to the new house on Friday. So this is the last episode ever in this spot. No more pink wall. The new house, it's interesting. We looked at this house. It's one of the first houses that we looked at when we started looking at houses in Guelph. And I was obsessed with it, but I'm like, it's not going to work because there's no dedicated office space. They have a bedroom and an open den area in the basement, which I thought would work. So we went and looked at it, but the ceilings are really low in the basement and the basement is small. We often have both of our sets of parents visiting for extended periods of time, especially my husband's parents or mom because she lives in Vancouver. So I was like, it's just not going to work. And then we looked at so many more houses. We put in offers on a couple other houses. We lost them or it didn't work out. And then I just had this epiphany one day. I was sitting in the bathtub, as I do. And I was like, texted my husband, I'm like, let's just get that house. And he was like, really? And I was like, yeah, like it's at the lower end of our budget, which is lovely because we can do stuff in the backyard. We can travel lots. Like we're not going to feel like we're spending a ton. We're still spending a ton of money on a house, let's be honest. But you know what I mean? Like we're not going to be like, ooh, like it's at the top of our budget. So that's really good. Maybe we'll put in a pool, get a sauna, all those fun things. Also I want to start eating 100% grass-fed beef. Like that shit costs money. I know, guys, I'm probably annoying some of you guys. That's okay. People like to talk about nutrition, but people get so uptight about it and just do not have an open mind. But anyways, I know some of you probably think like, ooh, grass-fed is a waste of money. It's so stupid. Ugh. Anyways, so yeah, we were like, let's just get that house. And the only big downside, there's one less bedroom. So there's only 3 bedrooms upstairs. And as you guys know, I do not sleep with my husband. We have separate rooms. So that means there's not an extra bedroom upstairs. Right now, the majority of Milo's toys and all the stuff like bedding and curtains and stuff like that is in that extra bedroom. So that's going to be a struggle. The house is smaller and we have way less storage space. Now, I'm hopefully going to be working with a company in Guelph to add storage to the dining room area. It's not really a room because the whole main floor is open concept. But I want to put in some built-ins along that wall. And then where our TV will go in the main living space, you can put built-ins all on that wall as well. I need to get my closet done because as of right now, they just have the wire hanger things. So the closet could be much more functional with some built-ins and stuff. So I don't even know why I started talking about this, but oh yeah. It'll just be interesting. But the reason initially why I was like, this house isn't going to work is because there was no office space and I didn't want to be working 24/7 in a basement with a smaller window. You know what I mean? I like to be on the main floor. This current office is perfect because I can look outside in the front yard. Like there's 2 massive windows on each side of my computer. I love it. So what we decided, I was like, we can just make it work. I will either build a studio or an office space in the backyard. And there's so many good options for that nowadays because with COVID, so many people started working from home but didn't have the space to work from home. So there's all these companies now that build office space in the backyard, like little bunkies that are fully functional as an office. I was like, that's an option. Looked into that. And then I was like, you know what? I'd rather live in the house for a year before I spend a lot of money building an office in the backyard. So what I decided is to put a desk in behind the couch in the main living area. Remember, it's like open concept, because we stayed at an Airbnb it was near Coventry where we saw Harry Styles, and the way the living room was set up, it was one big room, and they had the couch and like the TV area designated like an area rug, coffee table, like cute. And then they had a desk lining the back of the couch with an office chair and like storage for the office and stuff like that. And I really liked the way that it looked. And our layout of our house would allow us to do that. So I'm going to try that, and I will either just keep my laptop on that desk so that it's not a big noticeable thing. You know, you can just close your laptop. And then I'll put my iMac downstairs I haven't decided yet if I'm going to take over the room that has an actual door on it or the open den. It's a room, but there's no actual door on it. We could put like a sliding barn door or something. It's smaller, but not by that much. And there's no window, which might actually be better for studio purposes, which I learned it's not good to have natural sunlight if you have your professional camera lights, which I use. So I'm going to set up a studio to record with people and record my solos in the basement. And then when I'm just doing work and meetings and editing and stuff like that, I can do it at the desk in the main living space. So we will see how that goes for like a year. Hopefully I don't want to, hopefully it works and I don't have to, spend a lot of money to put a full studio office space in the backyard. So we shall see. We move on Friday officially. So I will give you guys a tour and you can watch us try and unpack and get organized. It should be fun. We have purged and got rid of so many things. It's nuts. Donated, cleaned out just old shit that we don't use. It's wild how you just hold on to things for no reason. And this always happens. When we listed our house for sale, in a matter of days, we had the house incredibly perfect. And now it's the same thing. We're moving in a few days and we do all the things that we've wanted to do and just left undone for 3 years. We totally cleaned out the shed. We have donated all the things, sold things that we didn't want anymore. Why don't we just do that in our day-to-day lives? It drives me nuts. So in this new house, I'm going to try and keep that mentality of let's keep the house only having things in it that we use day to day. Everything has a place. I'm going to be using some of Go Simplified's tips, obviously. Download one of her, I think she has workbooks, or I don't know what you want to call it, but information things that you can download online. Specifically for kitchens, the kitchen is going to be the worst part because it's a lot smaller. And like I said, there's not a lot of storage. This house that we're in right now, the people that lived here before us love storage. Let me tell you, our mudroom is just full of storage. This mudroom in the new house is just a closet. We don't even have a closet in the front entrance, which so many houses had when we went to go look at them, because we looked at quite a few older homes that were completely torn down to the studs and then rebuilt into these nice modern houses. And so often it meant that there was no designated front entrance, if that makes sense. It's you just walk into the house. We are going to try and obviously work with someone, or even my mom has really good ideas to try and make the front door functional so we can still use it and have a place to put a couple pairs of shoes and coats and stuff because I don't like using the entrance in the garage. That's another thing. It's a single car garage and we have a 2-car garage here. So we have really had to narrow down on our shit. So that's that on that. Where's my little card? Oh, here it is. I also have a terrible cough. I know I haven't coughed yet, which is shocking, but it's worse in the morning and it's worse in the evening. But our plans for this week, because we have movers coming for 2 days, the plan was I was going to take Milo to my mom's house. Now that he has hand, foot, and mouth, which we think it is, I think it is for sure, we're not going to my mom's house because obviously we don't want to pass it to Poppy at all. So we are completely staying away from my mom or my sister. That we're not going north, okay? We are avoiding Northern Ontario just in the small chance that we pass hand, foot, and mouth on to Poppy, okay? The more and more I read about it, it's like, and I have friends who are doctors, it's like they're most contagious before the blisters even appear. And even after the blisters are gone, the virus can stay present in their stool, so in their poop, for months. No, I think it was 12 weeks. So yeah, 4, 8, 12, 3 months, which is nuts. So yeah, I guess if we do end up going north, which we will this summer, Poppy can't go near Milo's poop. And we're going to have to like be very diligent about lysoling things and whatnot. So they're most contagious before the blisters even appear. It's wild to me that he is almost 5 years old and we have never experienced this before. Not in daycare, not like he started daycare when he was 12 months old and he's now going to be 5 and we have never had hand, foot, and mouth, knock on wood. Blows my mind because it seems to be extremely common. So many people messaged me and they were like, oh my God, we've had this 4 times in the last year. I'm like, what? Mind blown. So we are very lucky in that sense, but it also shocks me that he probably didn't get it from school because we were in Switzerland for 8 days and then we got home Wednesday night and Thursday night is when we saw the first blister in between his toes. I'm pretty sure even if he was exposed Thursday morning at school, a blister wouldn't have appeared Thursday night. Or maybe it would have. I don't know. But it seems unlikely. So where would he have gotten this in Switzerland? And then my husband was like, maybe it's because he licks everything all the time. I'm like, oh my God, it's so true. Like we go on public transportation. He's like licking the windows, like face right up against the window. We're like, stop, like don't lick things. And now he has hand, foot, and mouth. So there you go. So yeah, it's wild that he never got it in 4 years of school and daycare, but he got it on a trip to Switzerland. Like we did go to a public pool area, but not for very long. I know it doesn't matter. You can get it whenever, but it's probably from him licking something for sure. Like the pedal boat. Who knows? So all of this to say, I was supposed to go up to my mom's house this week to make everything very easy. The movers come, we're out of the way. My mom's already has Bubbles, so we don't have to deal with Bubbles. He does not like people in the house, especially people packing up our shit to move. So then when we found out we couldn't go to my mom's, we were like, maybe because the idea was, before I had the idea to go to my mom's, I was like, maybe I'll take Milo downtown for 2 or 3 nights and we can do some downtown fun things. Like I'll take him to medieval times. We'll get a hotel that has a pool. We can go swimming, go to the movies, whatever. Like you can take the boat over to Toronto Island, like walk around, downtown Toronto city stuff that people do, CN Tower. That was my idea. And then when we were in Switzerland and we were staying in a hotel together for 8 days, I was like, okay, I'm sick of hotels. I'll just go to my mom's house. But now we can't go to my mom's house. So then I was like, okay, now if we stay in a hotel and we can't fucking do anything, what am I going to do with a 4-year-old in a hotel downtown? Like, shoot me. Like, that is not fun. What are we going to do? Sit there and watch Bluey 24/7? Because in my mind, I was like, we can't go anywhere. Like, I was taking this hand, foot, and mouth thing so seriously. And maybe some of you are like, you should be, bitch. But he doesn't have open sores. He has 0 fever. He has not had one single symptom. It's literally looks like little pen dots on his hand. Like, it's not a blister, if that makes sense. So, but I didn't understand enough about it until now. I've been reading about it and talking to people and doctors and whatnot. So it's not that I have to keep him locked in a hotel room for 3 nights. People are like, you can go and do stuff, especially if he has no fever, doesn't have blisters, I'm just not gonna, my friend was like, just don't, like go to McDonald's play place. But even still, maybe that would be fine. Like, I don't know. And it seems like a lot of people don't really know. So what we're going to do is we got a hotel downtown. And initially I was like, I don't even want to go downtown because I have a cough. I have these crazy coughing fits that happen every once in a while where I'm literally like healed over going to vomit because I'm like gagging myself. So I was like, I don't want to go to medieval times or like to a movie theater because I'm so paranoid about having a coughing attack in public because I have PTSD from having the worst cough in the world when I lived in Ottawa and I was on the bus because back then you go to school. Doesn't matter if you're half dead. You go to school, especially grad school. You don't miss a fucking class because you have a cough. So I went to class, probably 8 halls the entire time to not cough. And then on the bus on the way home, I think it was wintertime. And you know how like breathing in cold air makes you want to cough? I'm on the bus going home. The worst coughing attack. Like, I thought I was dying. Like, when you're coughing so much you can't get air. I got off at the next bus stop and just like walked around for a bit, like hacking my face off until I stopped coughing to get back on the bus. And it's kind of like how people say, if people have an allergic reaction to something and then they go and hide because they're embarrassed. Like, hi, that's me. I'm coughing my face off and I'm like, oh my God, nobody look at me. I'm going to get off the bus and run away. Being a human is fun. So anyways, I always think about that. Another time, so this was the same illness, and I think it was connected to like a sinus infection. My landlord, I was renting a condo. This was during grad school, same time. My landlord called me because he was going to come over the next day to like change a filter in something or whatever. He called me and I picked up the phone and started immediately having a coughing attack. And he was on the other end of the phone like, are you okay? Are you okay? And I was like trying to talk, rage coughing. So I have this thing with coughing. I don't like it. Even when Milo has a cough or my husband has a cough, I'm like anxiety. I'm just like, stop coughing right now. Like, I don't want anybody to cough. Like, and it's my own issue. Like, I know it's my problem. So I was like, I don't want to stay in a hotel with Milo because I'm not going to be able to go anywhere, or I'm not going to want to go anywhere because what if I get a coughing attack? And my husband's like, oh my God, okay, so I'll take Milo to the hotel. You stay here. But then in my mind, I'm like, I don't want to stay here with movers hacking like up a lung. So we've just like been in limbo. Like, what the fuck are we going to do? We looked at like hotels that are nearby our house. And we're like, during the day when the movers are here, we can take Milo to like HomeSense or like go have a picnic or, do something like that. And then we just decided finally to rent the hotel, book the hotel, reserve the hotel. So I think I'm going to go downtown with Milo and we'll see what the fuck we do. Like, I don't know what to expect. It seems crazy. And this is what I was saying to the guy that works with me. I was like, it's funny, like, because he lives downtown and he was explaining to me to take public transportation to get places easily. And I'm like, it's so funny. Like, I can go to these European cities like London, Switzerland. That's not a city, that's a country, but you know what I mean? And I'm just like, oh yeah, public transportation. Like, here, give me a pass, boop, de doop, doop, doop. Like, look it up on my phone. Like, I can go here, go there, go there. But in the city that I live in, that I don't normally take public transportation in, I'm like, take public transportation in Toronto? Seems impossible. Like, impossible. But if I go to these countries where I've never been before, hop off a plane, I'm just like, I can get anywhere easy peasy. So, because in my mind, I'm like, I was just in Lucerne with Milo and we took the bus. I took like freaking boat to get to the spot. Like, it's fine. It's going to be fine. And there's also a language barrier for the most part. Most people speak English there, but I traveled all over Italy and Germany and by myself, just traveling all over the place, like not a problem. But for some reason, to do it in my own city, I'm like, I'm nervous. I don't know why that is. Because, yeah, I don't know. Why is it that I'm distracted because I'm picking off my shellac toenail polish. Anywho, so we booked the hotel and stay tuned to see what we're going to do. Well, by the time this is out, we will have been in the hotel for 2 nights. So hopefully we're doing well. What else, guys? Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. I saw The Little Mermaid before I went to Switzerland with my friend Kathy, and she is like a huge Little Mermaid fan, okay? She knows everything. I saw it when I was little, but I wouldn't say I'm like a huge Little Mermaid fan. So we're sitting there, the opening credits are starting, you can like see the mermaids swimming around, and because it's the live action version, like it's not a cartoon, it's real people, I like lean over to Kathy and I'm like, is the candlestick and the clock played by real people? Genuine, just like total, I was serious. And she leans over and she's like, that's fucking Beauty and the Beast. I was like, oh my God, I'm so dumb. I legit, like, that was an honest question. And I was like, oh yeah, like, I really don't know much about The Little Mermaid. So then, 10, 15 minutes into the movie, I'm like, how does she end up getting feet? Like, I couldn't put it all together. She's like, oh my God, just keep watching. Or no, what did she say? Like the spell from Ursula or something? I was like, what? So then when I came home, the movie was really good. Like, I really enjoyed it. I don't know if I would have enjoyed it, like watching it at home, sitting on the couch with my husband, but I really enjoyed it in the movie theater, eating treats and, drinking a beer. It was lovely. I looked it up when I got home because I was like, what year was this movie made? It was made in 1989. So I was 4. And Ariel in the movie, like in the cartoon, if you look up the movie synopsis or whatever, Ariel is 16 years old. So she's 16 years old marrying a prince. Just odd. Like, that would not happen in 2023. They would not have a character that's 16 getting married. Or would they? I should look up the ages of other Disney. Is she a princess? Other Disney female characters. Okay, I talked about Hand, Foot, and Mouth. Talked about The Little Mermaid. I talked about our moving week plans. Taylor Swift. You guys know I downloaded a playlist that was all the songs that Taylor Swift sings on the Eras tour because I want to be well versed in all the songs that she sings live. Because full disclosure, I'm not like a huge Taylor Swift fan. I love the popular songs like everybody else. I really love her as a person. I think she's great. But you know, I don't know all the songs. So, and she has a shit ton of songs, a shit ton. On tour, she's singing, I think 44 songs in one concert. That is bananas. So I want to know all the songs and like be able to sing out loud and wear sparkles and have fun, you know? So I made a playlist of all the songs that she sings one day when I should have been doing work. And I've been listening to it quite regularly and I'm learning a lot of the songs. And then she put out international dates. Canada was not on the list. And I was just talking to my husband about it. And he was saying how after the Blue Jays, because the stadium in Toronto is where the Blue Jays play. And he was saying how after the Blue Jays, season, this, whatever they're playing right now, Go Jays Go, they're going to do a big renovation of the Blue Jays stadium. I forget what it's called, Rogers Center. So he was saying maybe she's unable to book a date because they're doing that renovation. And if she can't play the biggest stadium in Canada, like she's just not going to come to Canada. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, is that true? And then someone else said they already did a renovation of the Blue Jays stadium. And I was like, yeah, but I think they're doing something else now when their season ends. So if Taylor can't play the biggest stadium in Canada, which I think is the Blue Jays stadium, now I'm going to have to look that up. I should have one of those fact check sections or segments after each episode talking about all the wrong shit I said. But yeah, if she can't play the Blue Jays stadium, then maybe she's just not going to come to Canada because it won't be worth it, which is shocking. And then if you think about it, this blows my mind. The Blue Jays stadium capacity, and I think this is for a game, so maybe it's more when you can include the floor where the field would be, like more seats. The capacity of the Blue Jays stadium is 40,000. The capacity of Wembley Stadium in London is 90,000. So think about the difference in revenue or income, whatever you want to call it, ticket sales. Like, let's say Harry Styles does a concert at the Blue Jays stadium. He makes X amount of dollars. Or you pull in however much money. You still have to pay all your people and so on and so forth. But then think about the difference if he were to play the same concert, same amount of time, same amount of effort put in, Wembley Stadium. That blows my mind. So that's all. I just was thinking about that the other day. Okay, well, that's that on that, guys. So we'll see. Maybe Taylor Swift will come to Canada. Maybe she won't. Also, fun fact, Beyonce is in Toronto on the 8th, which is Saturday, the day after we move into our new house. And I was like, oh my God, if my mom comes to bring bubbles on the 8th, let's say her and my dad drive up, I think I'll try and get last minute tickets to see Beyonce on Saturday night. So we'll see. I'm not a huge Beyonce fan, but I know her popular songs and I just think it would be an incredible concert and I just want to see it. Like, I just want to go. I should probably get an outfit just in case. Okay, guys. Well, this has been swell. Thanks for tuning in to my last episode ever in this office, and I hope everybody's having a lovely summer with their children out of school, and I hope your children are sleeping. Milo's been doing pretty well, knock on wood. We had no jet lag from our Switzerland trip, which was lovely. I'm in my luteal phase right now, though, so I'm tray tired in the afternoon and the evening. I did watch a show with my husband last night, though, so that was special. We watched MasterChef. So yeah, thanks for listening, guys. And I will see you or talk to you on Tuesday. Bye.